Well, we'd like to welcome everybody this evening to the most enjoyable part. I mean, the board meetings are enjoyable. The most exciting part of our event. This is our 9th year for doing Student of the Month. And we'll start out this evening. Who started last month? Does anybody remember? Aaron. Okay, then we'll start at the high school and work our way back. And what'll take place is our principal will give a quick update, and then they'll call our Student of the Month up and just say some wonderful things about them. We ask you to stay around. When we're all done, Melody Stevens will take pictures of the principal, the student, and then we'll have this big family picture. Also, when your student is called up, don't be bashful. Sprint right up here, right there. Take your Kodak moment. You know, this is a celebration, so don't be bashful while we're doing it. So,
good evening, and nice weather finally. With nice weather comes spring sports, and they are just about in full swing, so it's about time for some nice weather for them. We are academically planning for May at the high school, which is always really busy. We've got NWEA, ISTEP, AP, ECAs, and then finally, final exams. We will celebrate student accomplishments for the year through a few celebrations at the end of April and end of May. We have VIP this Friday, the Honor Roll Pizza Party a few weeks after. Our high school chapter of National Honor Society will be inducting 36 members in late April. And of course, that little-known ceremony called graduation will be here before we know it. Community Service Day is next Wednesday, April 16th. Weather permitting, please everyone cross whatever you've got. We would love to get that in on Wednesday because it is smack dab in the middle of ISTEP. Reach for Youth, I just have 3 sort of things to kind of share. Initiatives upcoming that we have begun and planned for and are now celebrating the beginning of. So, thankfully to Melody and Dr. Kaiser and a partnership with Mayor Buckley, we will be able to offer Reach for Youth next year and target some interventions for attendance and truancy with grades 6 through 8, hopefully. So we'll be piloting that in the 6th grade. They've done that in the 7th through 12th grade. And we're very excited because it gives an opportunity for our students to be part of a teen court and serve as jurors. And we will intervene with some targeted interventions for students with attendance concerns. The next thing we're really excited about, we just received word a few weeks ago during break. We will be a JAG site next year. That's Jobs for America's Graduates. Paige Anderson was very instrumental in getting this partnership with Employ Indy. And through federal funding and state funding, we will be completely funded through external sources and be able to host the JAG coordinator here. They will take about 40 students on their caseload, really increase our partnerships with the businesses, and their intent is to place students right after graduation, and then they track them for a year and provide those supports right after graduation. So we're very excited about that. Also, through Paige's work, as part of our College and Career Readiness, our Work Ethics Certificate Advisory Council has met twice. We'll be meeting for the 3rd time, and we have identified our core focus, our values, through our acronym, which, as many of you have probably been through that process, is very difficult to identify an acronym around those. But we're really excited because we are BG Impact, and that stands for Business Ready, Grit, Initiative, Maturity, Professionalism, Adaptability, Communication, and Teamwork. So also with C9, who also received this grant, we will award work ethic certificates at the end of next year for students that meet those requirements. And through our partnership with the businesses in Johnson County as well as Beech Grove, our students will be guaranteed an interview if they graduate with the work ethic certificate. So we're excited about that. And now we will honor one individual student for his accomplishments this evening. If TJ Patterson could please join me up front. TJ Patterson is a junior and the son of Deanna Patterson. His grade point average is a 3.026, which puts him in our top 20%. He volunteers in the community as a freelance mechanic and does auto work for family and friends. His future plans are considering a career in either optometry or law enforcement. And his teacher comment comes from Mr. Bruner. Mr. Bruner shares he nominated TJ for Student of the Month because he received an A+ in first semester in geometry. In a class that is not always particularly motivating, he volunteered, helped, and made a concerted effort to seek out if he missed an assignment. Mr. Bruner thoroughly enjoys having him in class. Thank you.
Kelly Meyer in Hornet Richmond Academy, you'll be up next.
Good evening, everyone. Just a couple of things before we get to our Student of the Month. We want to let our students and parents know again that next week we are preparing for our second round of I-STEP testing. A Sky Alert will be sent out at the end of the week reminding parents of these important dates, and we want to thank our students and parents in advance for being mindful of students' attendance during our testing dates. During the first round, we had great attendance, and so we were able to get through the majority of our testing in just a couple of days, so we greatly appreciated their efforts in that. As we begin to look at the end of the year and graduation, we do want to remind all of our graduating seniors that the submission deadline for the senior portfolio is May 12th. That gives us an opportunity to set all of our seniors up with their senior interview and presentation of their portfolio. So again, that is May 12th. And if students have questions about that portfolio or the portfolio process, they can speak directly with Ms. Condon or Ms. Thomas, who coordinate those efforts. Next week, during Community Service Day, many of our students will be participating in this great opportunity. Some of our older students who will not be participating in that will have a normal instructional day, so we want to remind the community of that as well. So moving on to great things, I would like to introduce our Student of the Month, Nancy Brown. Nancy is the daughter of James and Billy Brown. She is a junior at the HEA and attends the afternoon session. She was nominated by staff for her positive attitude and her strong work ethic. Nancy brings a respectful and positive attitude to school each day. She arrives every afternoon with a contagious smile and goes about her work, giving her personal best each and every day. She is a perfect example of a self-driven and independent learner. She manages her own learning, seeking help when needed, and challenges herself each day to meet and exceed her personal goals. We had several staff members share their comments about Nancy, and I will share those with you. Mrs. Crook said, "Nancy has become a model student in the afternoon. She comes to school on time every day, prepared and ready to work. She takes excellent notes, and when she doesn't feel as if she's mastered the material, she goes back through the tutorials and asks questions. She has made great progress this semester, completing both a geometry and an earth space science course credit." Ms. Thomas shared that Nancy is a very sweet young lady. She always has a smile on her face. She tries her best and takes very good notes also. It's always a good day when Fancy Nancy is at the HEA, says Thomas. Mr. Benefiel stated, "Nancy has an incredible work ethic and stays on task for the entire class period. She is a bright student, providing thoughtful insights and intelligent discussion. Although quiet most of the time, Nancy has a determined attitude while discussing class text. She is a thoughtful student who I thoroughly enjoy having in class. She is an exceptional role model to other students as well." After high school, Nancy plans to pursue a career in veterinary medicine and further her interest and study of animals. It has been a pleasure to watch her gain confidence and excel academically this year. So we want to congratulate her on the exceptional progress she has made.
Mr. Gerhart.
Just have a few brief comments regarding the school update because I have two students of the month tonight. I want to congratulate approximately 90 students who participated in our AB Honor Roll and Perfect Attendance Pizza Party last week, and Mr. Morgan does a great job of organizing that. I want to invite all administration and board members to our Smart Start breakfast. That is May 9th, and that is 7:30 a.m. in the morning, and it will be in our cafeteria. For the next 2 weeks, we will be doing I-STEP testing. Next week, we will be doing math, and we'll do that in our math classes. And then the following week, we will be doing language arts, and we will do that testing in our language arts classes. So if everyone could be mindful of absences during math and language arts for the next couple of weeks. Tonight is our first track meet and our first baseball game. Those are going on right now, and tomorrow's our first softball game. So our student of the month, our first student of the month is from last month, Josiah McIntosh. If you would come up, please. When a teacher is asked if Josiah McIntosh is one of his or her students, they can't help but smile because that is what Josiah always does. Josiah is the kind of student that every teacher loves to have in class. He comes to school every day with a desire to learn, excitement to participate in class, and a heart that is always ready to help a student with an academic or personal struggle. Josiah works hard for the grades he receives. He is both self-motivated and motivating. He asks questions and gives thoughtful answers. While his academic achievement and attendance are impressive to his teachers and peers, it is his thoughtfulness towards his teachers and peers that sets the standard for a Beech Grove Middle School student and citizen. Congratulations. Our second student of the month is Paige Lamar. Hardworking, studious, diligent, attentive, courteous, dependable, trustworthy, artistic, athletic. All of these adjectives describe the 8th grade nominee for Student of the Month, Paige Lamar. It is with great honor that we recognize her accomplishments at Beech Grove Middle School. Paige is a dream to teach as she comes to class each and every day prepared to learn and give 100%. She has maintained all A's during her 8th grade year with work that goes above and beyond the expected standard. Paige strives for excellence in all that she does. Her work ethic is always stellar, and her humble and gracious spirit make her a great role model for peers. Community service is another area in which Paige excels. As a member of the ambassadors at the middle school, Paige has donated time on weekends and after school. She was integral in designing the Christmas holiday display, where her vision created the 12 Days of Christmas window collage. Her art talents and quiet leadership are invaluable with this creation. Paige is also a 3-sport athlete participating in tennis, swimming, and softball. She carries the same determination for success to the athletic field. Her tenacious attitude has her fighting to win and perform at the highest level possible. She's a great teammate and cheers others on for success. Her sportsmanship embodies the goal of Beech Grove athletics. The 8th grade teachers are proud to recognize Paige Lamar as Student of the Month. She is an asset to Beech Grove City Schools and represents the characteristics of a model Hornet. Congratulations.
South Grove Intermediate, Tanya Reed.
Good evening, Mrs. Reed, principal at South Grove. I wanted to kind of reiterate what Mr. Gerhardt had said about ISTEP. The students are taking 9 sections this go-around, 9 sections of testing, 1 a day. And the window is not open that long, so it's very important for parents to make sure the children are there every day on time. And of course, good sleep, good food, and a happy start to the morning is the best medicine we can give them as they begin that testing. So we will take good care of your children at school, just make sure they get there for testing. South Grove is also excited to welcome Carmen Hurley. He has transitioned from Beech Grove High School to South Grove Intermediate School to help Ms. Hackman and I in the office as administrative assistant. He was talking with the group of boys today about how they can change their ways to be more successful. So welcome to Mr. Hurley. And Tuesday, April 18th, we are doing a fundraiser with McDonald's here on Emerson, the newly remodeled one, from 4 to 8. We have tickets that we're going to pass out that the students will bring home, but we will also have there at the McDonald's. And every patron that comes in, we're going to give them a ticket because 25% of their order, the cost of their order, will come back to South Grove Intermediate School. So everybody planned Tuesday night to eat dinner at McDonald's, and they do have healthy options. So come join us. And that is this coming Tuesday, 4 to 8. And then I would like for Liam Carney to join me up here, please. He is South Grove Student of the Month. Liam is a 6th grader, and he is the son of David and Andrea Carney. He plays in the band, and he is an outstanding wrestler, from what I understand. He and his brothers. Miss Miller, his teacher, said that Liam is a phenomenal student. He's very successful academically and excels in every subject. Beyond that, Liam is kind and respectful to everyone at South Grove. The other 6th grade students look up to him as a leader. He's hardworking, trustworthy, and dedicated to his success, all of which are reasons why he is more than worthy of this honor as South Grove Student of the Month. And she said, keep up the good work, Liam. And Mrs. Alkire, our music teacher, said that Liam is an excellent student and role model for our younger South Grove students. He is always ready to help, encourage, and support students and teachers. He can be counted on to do whatever assignment or task is asked of him. She enjoys having him as a student in her music class, and she wishes him the best of luck next year at Beech Grove Middle School because she knows he is going to make Beech Grove proud and South Grove proud. And Mrs. Bear, his 6th grade teacher, said, "It is evident when one observes Liam in his compassion for learning and the commitment to task. Liam clearly has a passion for doing what is best for himself when it comes to reaching his academic goals and also his role as a student leader. He is enthusiastic about coming to school and participating in learning." And he is such a kind, quiet student. It's hard to believe he gets out on a wrestling mat and pins people because it doesn't appear to be his nature, but I hear he's pretty successful. So congratulations, Liam Carney.
Mr. Buckler, Central Elementary School.
Good evening, everyone. I'm just going to talk a couple minutes about kind of where our focus is on professional development at Central, and then talk about an exciting event we've got coming up the end of next week. But as everyone knows, every Tuesday is Cluster Day at Central, and the teachers participate in their professional development. There are 6 different groups that rotate through the day, with Lisa LaFavors, who is in her first year as the instructional coordinator and just doing a phenomenal job. What I wanted to highlight is that she has decided or is working with the teachers to integrate some social emotional learning with some academic learning, and I didn't realize that Mary is going to be speaking about that later, so this is a great intro to what she's doing. But our PBIS focus, our school-wide expectations, are respect and responsibility, and so Lisa is using character traits in literature for the students to find respect, responsibility, other areas, to make that connection and make that real life connection with what they need to do. It's just been really powerful for the boys and girls and for the teachers because that's something that the boys and girls understand. They can default to that, and then they're looking for those key pieces in the text. It's just been an excellent example of how we can help the students connect things that they really know with what they need to do academically. And it has been a true pleasure for myself, for the other administrators, to see Lisa in this role this year and really, really excel with the teachers who had been there and with the 6 new staff members that we had this year as well, which is a challenge to have new staff. We are having a spring carnival again this year at Central. It is next Friday night, the 28th, from 6 to 8. We're going to have games, we're going to have snacks, we're going to have a whole lot of fun. Mr. Adams is blowing the dust off the games from storage as we speak, and we're getting things inventoried, and we're going to be putting that on next Friday night. It is different. Traditionally, it has been Mrs. Probus is right, it's 2 Fridays. It's the last Friday of April, the 28th. Traditionally, it's been a Hornet Park and Central Carnival, and this year it will just be for Central students and families and their families. So we're excited about that. I'm most excited to introduce Leona Joseph, who was our March. Leona is a 2nd grader in Mrs. McGowan's classroom. She describes Leona as an all-around wonderful person. Leona is respectful, responsible, and kind. She shows great perseverance and is always smiling with a positive attitude. She is a student that brightens up the classroom. Each day, Mrs. Hossamer works with Leona, and she states that she is one of the sweetest girls, always with a big smile. I can see that smile right now. She enjoys working with her. In music class, Mrs. Eder reports that Leona is respectful, on task, and she works to set a good example with the other boys and girls. In art, Ms. Long tells us that Leona's smile sure knows how to brighten up the art room. She is such a joy to have in class. She is on task, working hard for herself and helping the classmates that sit around her. And finally, in applied technology, Mrs. Pfeiffer describes Leona as polite, respectful, and an overall great student. She gives full attention during lessons and reminds others to do the same. She is a model student. Clearly, Leona's smile and personality light up Central, and I am pleased to present her as our March student of the month.
And Erin Probus, proud principal at Hornet Park Elementary.
Yes, good evening. It's a pleasure to join you this fine night. As many of my peers have shared, we are gearing up for that final push of academics before our spring assessments begin shortly. So NWEA will start in just a few weeks, as Liz was sharing. There are 3 things that I wanted to bring to your attention about upcoming events. Next Wednesday, which is April 19th, Hornet Park and Central have our next skating party. It is from 6 to 8 p.m. at Wheels of Wonder, which is now Skate America. Is that what it's called now?
I think Skate America helps.
What Mr. Buckler said. There we go. It will always be Wheels of Wonder to me. Then something exciting I wanted to share with you about Friday, April 21st. Hornet Park is piloting a new experience to really expose our students to different career options and build community. Paige Anderson, who's our College and Career Readiness Coordinator for the district, she and Amy Parker and Anthony Osborne at Hornet Park have been planning an event called Passport on Main Street. What we're doing is we're inviting 6 students per first grade class to visit on April 21st from 10:30 to 1, so right around those lunch hours. They're going to local businesses up and down Main Street. The business owners and the people that had offices there have offered up the opportunity for kids to receive a tour of their facility and then basically adult show and tell. They're going to tell the children what do they do at that location, what do you need to learn in kindergarten and first grade in order to be able to do that, and what skills must you have in regards to problem solving and critical thinking. So we're excited for the boys and girls to get that experience. And I'm very thankful to the staff who have been coordinating that. Our long-term vision will be that that would become a Hornet Park school-wide event. I'm very thankful for the Beech Grove community and the response, the positive and overwhelming response we've had from the businesses on Main Street. I don't know who's more excited, the students and staff or the business owners, so it will be a good time. And finally, I wanted to share with you about Kindergarten Roundup. I shared that last month. But on April 26th, we'll have our Kindergarten Roundup in anticipation of next school year. So any child that will be 5 on or before August 1st will be invited to come for a short event. It's open house style. They'll receive a quick assessment and a tour of the building. So we hope to see a lot of incoming kindergarten families at that event on April 26th. All right, well, that which I am most proud of this evening is our Student of the Month, Noah Schmidt. Noah, come on in. I was telling you that we might have to do the wave for him. There are so many nice things we could say about Noah this evening. From Sweet Miss King, she says that Noah is the type of student that you wish you could just clone to fill your classroom. He's always polite, helpful, and eager to learn. His sweet personality and kind heart are just a few of his wonderful qualities that make him deserving of the Student of the Month award. From Miss Byland, she says he is a sweet child who loves to learn. He is in her Explorers Club and is inquisitive and loves exploring. His excitement and interests are one of the highlights of this school year for me, she says. And from his teacher, Miss White, she says Noah is a rock star in the classroom. He's helpful towards others. He's always the first to follow her directions. and his vocabulary is outstanding for a 7-year-old. He's always going above and beyond what is asked of him, and Noah is a treasure to have in class and to have at Horn Park. Noah Schmidt, our Student of the Month.
So Melody will start the picture process, and then she'll give you some directions.
And we're going to go back